A basic foam wash.
Hi, I'm Ivan.
I'm Nick.
And this is DIY Detail. In order to foam cannon really helps.
Why would we want a basic versus a complex foam wash, Ivan LaCroix?
Sometimes people don't have the time for the complex wash and they just want to know what are the basics of washing with foam. We're here to teach you that today.
What are those basics?
Those basics are, get foam on the vehicle. You'll notice there's dirt on the bottom, there's mud. It's a truck, it may have been off-road at some point. And it needs to be cleaned. We do not start with a hose. We do not start with a pressure washer. We start with foam. That is gonna break down that dirt, that is gonna emulsify it, lift it off the surface. That way when we rinse, we're nice and safe. We're not pushing dirt into the paint. We're gliding it gently off the paint because of that foam. Off you go, Nick. Nick, as you're walking back around this way, you might want to do the bottom of the front bumper. Do you have any soap left in your foamer there, Nick?
A little bit.
Yeah.
I'm ashamed I didn't use the whole foam cannon for the first foaming. It's unlike me.
Yeah, it is very much like you to use a little too much. But that being said, we can see the dirt coming off the vehicle. We see it in the foam on the ground. We're doing a good job here. We're gonna let this sit. Now, if you're working out in direct sunlight, this is applicable to you as well. The techniques are the same, just you have to work a little bit faster.
Sometimes we do all clean on the wheels and tires. We just went right for the incredible suds here. So we're talking about a basic foam wash. Get the foam on, let it dwell. Essentially, you don't really need any extra dwell time. You can just start rinsing. You're gonna get plenty of dwell time in the time it takes you to rinse off anyway.
Right.
Especially in direct sunlight, you basically just wanna get it off anyway.
Yeah. Now, the reason I have this here is simply, I want to rinse the roof off without getting my wall wet. Always check your tip away from the paint and off we go. Now I'm going to be pushing the water towards the front because our drain is over there. And at the same time, I'm not spreading it over to the wall there. Now leveraging dwell time as much as possible. Nick started at the back. I'm gonna do the same. That way the soap has an equal chance to work everywhere. Now I'm gonna leverage the power of the stand here, because if you look at the wall, it's full of foam as well. Because Nick was aiming across the vehicle, I'm gonna aim down at the vehicle, mitigating getting our wall a little too wet. Nick, are you the one that mixed this up?
There wasn't much left. I just put water in there. It's a runny foam. We know the second foaming is just for lubrication, right?
Yeah. It's just not like you to have runny foam.
You know, I didn't even add extra soap. I just put some water in there for you.
Okay, perfect.
We're just getting her done, right?
Yep.
Basic foam wash.
Forgot to do one very important step, and that is mixing up the soap in the bucket. I'm gonna leverage that dwell time just a little more and clean the wheels. Now the reason you're not seeing lots of suds here is because in a previous video, we washed the wheels with rinseless wash. And that's what we have in our bucket. There's no need to change it over. It does just as good a job. Nick, you know, this smells of grape goodness, but are there any fragrances of soap you don't like?
Cherry, I'm not a fan of cherry.
Not a fan of cherry.
Yeah, it reminds me of a cheap soap we used to use in the shop. Not my choice, but
okay.
Yeah, just long story, but it was a cheap soap and it was cherry something, and to me that just reminds me of not being high quality.
Okay.
I know you're not a big grape fan.
Not a big fan. It's growing on me. Okay, I don't mind it, but it's not my first choice.
I love the smell of grapes. What's your favorite smell, Ivan?
Good question. I'd have to say none, but It's very difficult to have a unflavored or unscented product because it will end up smelling a little chemically. So that's why we put fragrances in here.
I love on our wheelbarrow brush, it's got the little rubber tip, so if you accidentally slip, it's safe, right? It just, if you jab something, it's not like metal, it's not gonna damage anything.
Nick, my wash media of choice today is the Legacy Sponge. How about you?
Ivan's always getting up and down platforms. You know I've never been a fan of those.
Right.
I've got the perfectly safe brush.
Oh,
I'm
so
5'8". I don't need to do anything.
The roof is yours then.
The roof is mine. It's easy. Okay. What's the best technique for doing a roof, by the way?
Well, it depends. If it's a flat roof, go left to right.
Like this, you mean?
Yeah, this one has ridges, so you want to go with the length of the ridges.
Okay, like that?
Yep.
Simple, simple. And our flag tip design makes this safe. Folks might think, no, there's no way a brush is safe. Can you talk to the people, Ivan?
A brush is extremely safe when it's engineered to do the job. This one is definitely engineered to do the job. It has a 3/4 inch flagging, which is the longest flagging I've seen in the industry. And we designed it to use exactly for what this purpose is, cleaning cars. It's not a truck brush, it's not a boat brush, it's not designed for fiberglass or Imron paint, it's designed for today's modern clear coat paints. It's actually softer than our wheel and body brush, which we've been using on paint since the beginning.
So Ivan, I redunked the brush.
Yep.
So I could do the other side of the roof.
Perfect.
Same principles apply in terms of how often do I redunk this, right? Just same thing as if you had your wash mitt, right?
No difference. It's just you've got a wash mitt on a handle that happens to be bristly instead of foamy or with microfiber.
I'm even gonna do your windshield for you, Ivan.
Thank you, sir.
Gosh, I feel like a pro here. I feel like I'm at the car wash, but also safe. I don't have horrible memories of the car wash.
No, and you know, the brushes they use at the car wash, let's just say those I'd be afraid of.
Why?
They don't clean the bucket that often. The dirt they took off one car, they're putting back on the next car, et cetera, et cetera. And when they're brushing your car, this is before they've washed it. They haven't foamed it, they haven't rinsed it, they're just brushing away.
Does it matter what direction I use the brush anywhere else?
Nope.
Oh, it's so nice on this front grille.
Yes.
It's getting in everywhere. I'm just gonna give that Hyundai logo a little extra love. But again, why is foaming and rinsing and foaming first? Why is that making for a safer wash experience?
We've removed the grit from the surface, and all we have remaining is traffic film. So the brush, just like the sponge, is not picking up anything. It's not picking up grit, it's just taking the little bit of traffic film off the surface, which is comprised of oils and little things that come out of exhaust.
There's a lot of talk out there about touchless washing, and I'm gonna stand by this. Agitation has a place still in your detailing.
100%. You know, agitation is part of the watch, which is water, agitation, chemical, heat, and time.
It's nice because you don't have to bend down with this brush.
Correct.
What mistakes could folks be making with the perfectly safe brush?
Not dunking it on a regular basis, applying too much pressure.
Okay.
Now, mind you, overuse of pressure is actually not dangerous, but it's just hard on you. And putting it on the ground.
So I always want to be resting it like this.
Yeah, you always want to be resting it the handle down, not the brush down.
And I like it nice and sopping wet out of the bucket, right?
Yeah,
With suds.
exactly.
Oh yeah, look at those bristles doing all the work for me, getting in there. I don't have to bend down, my back loves this. Boy, it feels like this isn't safe, Ivan. It feels too good to be true.
As detailers, we've been conditioned to think brushes are not safe because there are a lot of brushes out there that I would never use on paint.
Turns out not all brushes are created equal.
No.
And somehow you still manage to finish way faster than me. But par for the course, as they say.
Yeah.
I'm having fun with the brush.
Well,
making sure I scrub these
you did
plastics.
do the roof and the grill, which I didn't do.
And I did your windshield.
Yeah.
There you go.
We mentioned brush safety, and if you look at this brush, this is our green flag tip brush. And let me go get a dry one, because a dry one demonstrates it even better, because you can see just a little bit better. Back in a second. When you're buying a brush, there's a few things you want to look for. First of all is flagging. And that's what this is here. So you see how it's a dark green bristle and then all of a sudden it goes whitish. That's the flagging. That is at the end of the bristle, instead of being like this, it's like this. Split ends is another way of looking at it. And you'll notice our flagging is equal all the way around. Some lesser quality brushes, the flagging might be deep on one side, narrow on the other. It might not go through all the way. And if we open up the brush in the center, the flagging is just the same. It's just as deep everywhere we go. Every one of the bristles is flagged the same. You'll notice the density, how dense it is, and the flagging is super soft. That makes it safe to use on your paint. The Perfectly Safe brush is even softer than this one. We've been using this on paint and on wheels for a long time with no damage whatsoever. People love it. That's why we have the Perfectly Safe brush.
What I like about the mitt versus the brush is just little tight areas, intricate areas. Hey, I'm gonna lift the windshield wipers up, but they only go this far. I feel much more comfortable doing stuff like this, which I can just touch up afterwards.
Yep.
But boy, was the brush awesome I've had a Tundra before, and I remember the biggest regret was I couldn't fit it in my garage when I got home, and I was like, what have I done, right? Not only does it not fit in the garage, it becomes an incredible bear to clean, because then you have to take care of so much real estate. If I could take care of these big hood, roof, tonneau cover with that, and then, caress it gently around little edges with my wash mitt, that's still a huge win.
Right. Now, some people are watching this, and they may be freaking out at this time because it's drying on the surface. Nick is taking a bit of time here. And the soap is drying on the surface. That's actually not a big deal. Incredible Suds can dry on the surface. It'll rinse away clean.
I know it's safe, Ivan, but I feel like the person in the videos online where they say, look at this hack, washing their car with a brush, and then it gets millions of views because it's such an unsafe method. Why do I feel that way?
Well, because you've been conditioned to feel that way. And one thing, Nick, the handle doesn't have to be that long. So you've got your shoulder all jacked up in the air.
Yeah.
You can shorten it to whatever length you want.
Okay.
Now it's more manageable.
Oh yeah, because the smaller the tool, the easier it is to control. Okay.
Yeah.
So maybe longer for the upper.
Right. And then you can shorten it up.
Oh, I could even go like, this is actually this is super easy now.
Yeah.
Okay, I like that. Would you recommend folks get the handle this comes with, or should they just use a broom stick at home? Because it's a standard attachment, right?
Yeah, standard broom or paint roller handle. So if you've got one at home, just go with that. Yes, we do have the handle available, but it's not a necessity. Get the brush though.
Sweet. I don't think I missed any spots on the lowers. Usually I forget about this much of the vehicle because I don't want to reach down there.
Yep.
Not a problem with the Perfectly Safe brush.
Now you no longer have an excuse.
There you go.
So I'm gonna start rinsing from the top down. And while I'm rinsing, I'm gonna be adding quick beads to the surface.
What? What did you say?
We're gonna be finishing with quick beads. Now,
As you rinse?
not as I rinse, I'll rinse.
Oh, okay.
So I'm only gonna go up the ladder once. The rest of the vehicle we'll rinse and then we'll use quick beads afterwards. But the roof, while I'm up here, while I'm on the ladder, I don't wanna be climbing up and down, up and down. And if you're a mobile detailer working in the sun, this is one technique you can do. Do a panel, add the quick beads, let it dwell for 30 seconds, rinse it off, and then dry it. Then the roof is done. You're not gonna get it wet again. Then you can do 1/2 of one side of the vehicle, do that, and then carry on. So now that I've got the quick beads on the roof, it's rested for 30 seconds. Distribute it with the pressure washer, and now I can put the ladder away. Actually, I'll have to bring it back to dry, but nonetheless. This side is already all dry. The soap is dried on the car. Oh no.
Oh no.
What is going to happen? Look, it just rinses away. And like I said, let's say the wind is coming from where Nick is to me. What I'll do, I'll apply quick beads with some glancing sprays. Get the wheel while I'm here. Let it rest for 30 seconds. And then with my pressure washer, aim in that direction on a 45-degree angle. Pushing it along the surface and then rinsing down.
Yeah, but look at these beads, Ivan. Look at how these are just like, it's a Niagara Falls, it's like a waterfall, it's
right.
straight. And then this is littered with beads. I mean, the water behavior is totally different on these two panels.
Right, and remember this has soap on it still.
Okay.
We'll rinse the soap away and you'll see a little better water behavior. So there's the panel without soap. But still, it's not as nice as that one. We'll add a couple glancing sprays of quick beads, let it sit for a moment, and then we're going to rinse up. We don't rinse down. We're not trying to rinse it off the surface, we're trying to distribute it using the pressure washer. Now it's evacuating the water even faster. I'm going to start on this corner here, work my way across the fender and push it across the hood. You always want to move the quick beads using the pressure washer. This big grill, it needs quick beads.
Ivan, what do you love quick beads on more, grills or wheels? I feel like those are your two
Those are my
spots.
two favorite uses, yes. Because trying to get in here and apply a ceramic coating to that grill would not be fun. Very important, once you've distributed the quick beads, is to rinse it back down. That way you're gonna reduce the chance of streaking. Let me quickly rinse off the whole side of the vehicle, then I'll show you a quicker method of applying quick beads. Now the whole side is rinsed off. I'm gonna use my quick beads. Bit on the wheels, get some on the glass. Now I've got the whole side covered. Gonna let it sit for a few seconds. Once I've done that, I'm gonna start at the front on a 45-degree angle and work my way all down the side. You notice this line of beading that I have here, or froth. I want to keep moving that line across the vehicle. We rinse down afterwards. Now we're ready to dry.
I've been listening to you, I've been watching you, I've been squeegeeing, but I haven't been paying full attention.
Right.
How much quick beads did you use? Because you've been yakking on about quick beads for the last 15 minutes. I imagine half a bottle?
No, I used maybe 3/4 of an inch out of the bottle.
That's it?
That's it, yeah.
So how many vehicles can I get of quick beads, you know, if I'm using it like this?
I normally get 10 to 12 vehicles out of the bottle.
Good value then.
Yeah.
Because we're offering that ceramic protection. If you've never dried your paint after quick beads, it is so slick.
Yeah.
Is that what we're doing next?
That's what we're doing next. But
I can't wait.
You know, we promised you a very basic wash, but I like to always amp it up just a little bit.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Always up to something. What's next, Ivan?
We're gonna be adding some NV ceramic sealant to make that drying even more fun and just a little bit easier. Nick, we promised a basic video. I'm gonna amp it up just a little bit.
Look, we did provide basic. We didn't give you the water spot remover, the iron remover, the decon towel. This is just a wash. It could be done like that, Ivan, but NV ceramic sealant has entered the picture.
Right, it's just gonna make it just a little bit easier to do. And it's as simple as a couple sprays here and there on the panels.
Now, did you show that it could be dried like that? Was that just a demo to show that it could be done like that?
Right, you know, we could dry it like that,
Okay.
but you know, Nick.
Come on, I want more. Give me more. I've actually noticed that if you decontaminate, it's easier to dry. So there's a reason why you might want to decontaminate, right, Ivan?
Right.
And
But
there's a
that's
reason.
not always in the cards.
Yep.
That's not always something we want to do or feel the need to do.
So what's this technique you're using? The spray all over the car and then wipe later method. Is that safe?
As long as you're not working in direct sunlight, yes. Now, if we're working in direct sunlight, we do one panel at a time.
Okay.
And by me spraying on your side, I'm sure you're not overusing it.
Oh, is that how that works? Ivan loves his Envy ceramic sealant. What do you love about Envy, Ivan?
The technology behind it.
Envie, E-N-V-I-E.
Yeah, envie, which means in French to be alive.
Oh, that sounds nice.
Yeah. So that's why it's spelled. So if you're looking for it on your favorite store, don't look for E-N-V-Y, look for E-N-V-I-E. The combination of quick beads and Envy is just so beautiful.
It dries up nice, the gloss is phenomenal.
Yep. And you get that nice little watermelon, whiff of watermelon in the air. The Envy Ceramic Series is a series of products we're gonna be using. Now, at the time of this recording, the only one we have available, there's a lot of them in R&D, but is the Envy Ceramic Sealant. Coming up though, we'll have a few other things. So when you're watching this, there may be a whole series of Envy products, and the whole idea behind the Envy line is to make sure that we've got great technology, easy to use, and safe for you to use. While we're here, we'd like to thank the Baxter Auto Group. They lend us vehicles for these filmings. This is one of theirs. Go check them out.
I like a little bit of Envy on my wheels, Ivan, as a final drying aid for the faces of the wheels.
So do I. It just makes it easier to dry, and at the same time, a little safer.
I noticed as I was trying to do this with a short nap kind of coating leveling towel, it was just not doing it. I needed more absorption. It was too thin, it was getting too wet. So that's where something like the Magic Buffer Towel, I know I've got a clean wheel. I don't feel like using my drying blanket, it's so big. I'm just gonna go in. Love the Magic Buffer because it's so thick and it just absorbs a lot. And so it's tiny and it absorbs a lot. Great for wheels. I care about these wheels. You can see how nice they are. I'm treating them well. I'm not treating them like a piece of crud old wheel that I don't care about, like on my own Subaru at home. These I will take care of, and that's why they deserve the best, Ivan. I'm giving them the Magic Buffer Towel. Soft, plush, super absorbent, totally dry, and protected with Envy Ceramic Sealant. And you can kind of see it in display here because I have all of these beads on here. It just feels like we used a lot of water today. And so now the Magic Buffer Towel, it just absorbs right into the towel. It's magic, Ivan. Where did the water go? I don't know. Safe on paint, safe on wheels, safe on glass, of course. Wonderful. You know what towel I also love, Ivan, that we haven't really talked about enough?
You mean the drip catcher?
The drip catcher.
We don't talk about it, we just use it. It's such a practical towel.
I've dried an entire vehicle with just one of these before.
Right.
There are so many great towels out there, Ivan. Pick whatever you like. Everyone's got a different flavor that works for them. Would you agree, disagree? Like, what are your thoughts on drying towels and all the different microfibers available?
Pick a towel that you like and use it. It's that simple.
But if you like the towel, you might use it more. Your car might get detailed more. So, don't discount the fun part of all this. Like, if you like something, lean into that.
Yep.
If you like 4 ounces of incredible suds instead of 1 per foam cannon, you can do that if you're paying for it. But you don't need it, Ivan. You don't need it.
Always that final touch.
Yeah, what's the deal with tire dressing? Why do we even put it on there?
It looks good. It actually protects the tire. Keeps it from getting dirty too quickly. And come on, you gotta love a dressed tire.
It's pretty self-explanatory. It just shines up the whole vehicle. Although we don't like the glazed donut look most of the time, when this dries, Ivan, it doesn't look as wet as it does now.
No.
I don't mind a wet tire though. Ivan, I know you don't love a wet tire.
It depends on the vehicle. If I've got a classic vehicle, 60s, 70s, that was, in the day, it was normal to have the shiny tire, then yes, that's when I'll do the glazed donut look. But from the 80s forward, 90s, 2000s, the matte black look was more a way to go. But when you got that wide, big rubber tire, glossy is good.
Speaking of an older vintage vehicle, Ivan, if folks are interested in how to do more than just a basic wash,
Right.
they want to do a deeper dive,
We have one just like that right here.